Well, hey, good evening. It's Patdees. It's almost 10:30 here on Sunday night. I just wanted to kind of jump on and kind of talk about the past couple days and some of the stuff that I found at the Goodwill. And let me go to YouTube and see. I was on the Shamrock Pixie show at 7 o'clock, and I didn't see no one else was live. It says I got 11 comments already. Okay, I was say, how the heck did I get 11 comments already? So I'm loading up my YouTube chat. Hey guys, how you doing? Hello. Yeah, I just hopped on live here. I wanted to basically was doing Shamrock Pixie show at 7, and just got done watching Scott and those guys on their show, and was watching What the Hells, and I was thinking about recording a video on some of the stuff that I found at the Goodwill, and I said, you know what, the heck with it. I don't want to record the video. I just want to kind of go on live and show some of the stuff that I found. On Friday, they had a 50% sale. So my son had told me about it, so I stopped there. But I've been working on this too. Actually, the last hour, I got a lot of shirts that I need to golf shirts that a guy gave me that I've been behind on listing some high-end shirts and stuff. And we had broke our hanger before, and I haven't listed a shirt in a while. So I made this homemade hanger idea here to when you spread the shirt out much better. So what I did though is, if you see, I double wide the plastic hanger, and then really tape the hell out of it to make this, where I can get it to look, better. Um, but okay, let me. I just wanted to show you that. Hey, Sweet Warrior, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. I was going to make a video on basically some of the stuff I found at Goodwill, and I said, you know what, the heck with it. I'm just going to go live and just show some of the stuff. And um, I found a couple things actually. I mean, they had 50% off. I got some of these toys. I had gotten this. And we're talking a lot of this stuff I got really cheap. This is dated here. I got to put my reading glasses on here. This is dated 2001 by Mattel. It's nice. It's great shape. There's there's no scratches or dings on it at all. So I got that. I even got a Under Armour shirt. It says KC Baseball. Now, I don't think it's Kansas City. I think but I had gotten that. I got a pair of Perry Ellis Portfolio 34 by 34, brand new pair of pants with tags. So I got that. I picked up a bunch. I picked up these. If you guys, hey, if you're watching, just like and subscribe. I picked up these Fisher Price. Now, don't mind me. I have to have the reading glasses on, because some of these, I had the LASIK eye surgery about 15, 16 years ago, but still reading close. I think these are 2004. I guess this is sort of like the kid's cell phone, but Fisher Price. I picked these up. I picked up this AT&T 100 phone, which some older people like to have a simple phone. Yeah, with not sourcing for four. I wish I could say that. Sometimes I get caught up sourcing every day. So I bought this. You know how much this phone was? $4.99. But since I got it on Friday, I picked this phone up for $2.50. I mean, realistically, on my mind, I would think this phone is worth $25. So that was a good buy. I picked up this Fisher Price. I guess it's like a tape deck. Yeah, tape deck. I don't see a date. I'm trying to look for a date on it. You know what they do is they put this saran wrap on it, and so that someone doesn't take off the tape and stuff like that. But I got that. And stuff I would never have bought before unless watching other people. I picked up this Kodak puzzle. Now look at this puzzle. A lot of people would say, "Oh, puzzle. What happens if there's missing pieces and stuff like that?" Look at the back. Look at the back. It's not even open. Brand new. I got this for $1. These typically go for $12, $13, and that's a beautiful puzzle. Another puzzle. Look, not open, brand new. Got that. That's like a farm with the cows and well, it is not like the farm. It is, brand new in the box. Got this Glee game. It's heavy. It's from Hasbro. Brand new in the box, sealed. Got this. I'm just always amazed by. That goes to tell you people get stuff and they don't even open it, and then it gets donated. I got this John Deere puzzle. Now this one is open. It's taped on the back, but I only paid $1 for this, and it says 1,000 pieces. I'm not going to sit there and count it to make sure there's 1,000 pieces in there. But someone will want it. Yeah, sealed items are. Oh yeah, because sealed is brand new. It just automatically usually will sell. Now I realize that some of this stuff I may sit on it for a little while, but really I think when it comes to fourth quarter, when it comes time, people are looking for Christmas items and gifts and stuff like that. I'll have a lot of stuff at a very low cost. I got this. This is a digital TV picture viewer. Displays digital photos on. I looked this up on Amazon. Even used, this goes for $20 to $23. I got this for $2.50 or $3, half price. So, I never even saw one of these, but it says displays digital photos on any TV. So that's neat. It displays digital photos on any standard or HDT compatible with most memory card formats. View single or multi, no computer required. So I guess, yeah, if someone doesn't have a computer and they have probably from their camera card, they can, play it off of a monitor or a TV. I got this Disney Charades game in a tin. Now this is not newly sealed. It's taped. They tape it at this Goodwill a lot so that people aren't opening it and making sure that the stuff is, being lost and stuff like that. I got a bunch, and I know maybe people aren't, and I'll tell you and show you what my thinking is. Even I have a new VCR tape here. Now, what I'll do is when I sell a VCR, I paid 50 cents for this at the Goodwill. Brand new seal. I'll put this with a VCR that I sell. Yeah. I did wear glasses for a long time, and like I said, I had the LASIK surgery back in 2004, and I have no choice because sometimes I have to because I can't read the small print and stuff like that. Unfortunately, when I was a kid growing up, I had to wear the nerdy glasses that my parents had their priorities screwed up, and we used to get the glasses from the Lions Club. But and then when I started working, I started getting my own glasses. Yeah, these glasses, they're not too bad for I think $6, $7. They go good with my brown. My son always likes to say my salt and pepper hair, so they don't look too bad. But the pills I take, from when I had breast cancer, I take tamoxifen, I take 2 blood pressure pills, I take a vitamin D, and then I take an aspirin. And sometimes, though, at night when I am watching TV, my eyes sometimes will get a little. Yeah, it's funny, Sweet Warrior. When I was at the Goodwill, they even gave me this card here for 20% off, good to June. So I don't know if they're slower or what's going on, but it says, thank you for celebrating Goodwill Week. Visit us again and save 20% off your purchase. So that's the card that they gave me. So that was nice because, again, 20% off. It makes your items more profitable and stuff like that. Um, I got, this. It's a VHS. Jim Carrey's Liar Liar. It's newly sealed. And I know people say, there's no money in used VHS, but people still watch them and stuff like that. I think if you sell them at a fair price, people still buy them. I like to, because they always say that on Netflix, not every movie is on Netflix. There's a lot of movies that aren't on Netflix. I mean, you're in a Super Bowl, Charlie Brown. This is dated. Well, this is from the 50s, but these, VHS, they probably haven't made them in 25 years. So I got those 3 tapes. Now, what I did here is I bought the Christmas Story, and hold on. Oh, here it is. I bought Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation. So what I'll do is I'll probably put these 2 together like this, and I've done that before, where you sell these Christmas movies that people love, and these are 2 of the most popular movies. So I'll sell these as a pair, and I'll probably try to sell these for like $4.95, $2.50, media shipping, first class shipping, and someone that likes Christmas movies and likes to pull them out and watch them, even though a lot of times they're on TV. They do have the marathon a lot of times with the Christmas Story, but that's usually on Christmas Day itself or Christmas Vacation. But I don't know if they have a marathon with that. But someone will buy them. I'm pretty confident, and there's not a big risk I put into it. This, I thought, now this is called Lulu. This is 1986. There's a lot of episodes on this. So someone that maybe who's even also in these, well, it says it's 47 minutes. So it's 7 cartoons with the comic strip favorite Lulu. The little girl with the little curl is always getting in and out of trouble. So maybe people that are into that cartoon and collect that, bundles are awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. And I always, if people ask me, if they get a bunch, obviously I discount. I bought some. Here's a perfect example, Barney. I don't even know if Barney's on TV anymore. These are from 1997 to 1989. So somebody good educational PG general rated those will go good. I had to get this one. This is a funny movie. Christmas Vacation. Thomas the Tank. I'm sorry. Again, now this one is only 2003, so that really is not that. That one is really not that old. But you see the theme there. I bought a lot of kids movies that people shows that aren't TV. Like I'll sell these 2 together. The Goosebumps. Put those together. Stuff like this that you can't find. I only got 3 or 4 movies, and this is The Wiggles. Again, I tried to get. They had a lot of them. This is from 1999, and it's a special like blue case, and educational movies like this and good G-rated stuff, should go all right. Then I found, and these are over 20 years old. I found some WrestleMania VHS, so I'll probably sell all 3 of these together as a package. Now that was it. I bought 15 VHS tapes and a blank one. But now all that stuff I showed you, I didn't pay. I think my total was close to $25. All that stuff. That one item alone, that digital, I should almost be able to sell for close to $25. So realistically, I spent. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? NASCAR man. Hey, guys, the man, the myth, the legend, Patdees. Yeah, Patdees. How you doing, Johnny? I hope, Johnny, you're doing all right. I read your message about you getting a little fender bender, so, I hope all is well. And Derek, NASCAR man, nice to see you, buddy. I just went. You know what happened, guys? I was good. I had done Shamrock Pixie Show at 7, and I was debating whether to make a video or not. And you're making 5 or 6 videos, and in all honesty, sometimes it's easier just to go live and run with it, as long as you have an audience and people that want to take a listen in. This way I have no editing to do. I just go live. Sweet Warrior, I got that at 2 Goodwills. Might do a live show tonight. Oh, okay. 4 or 5 miles away from one another, 50% off. Now I also did go to the flea market this weekend and got a couple things. And I had the opportunity to meet Taco Stacks. If you guys have watched my video, you'll see me with him, and we talked about a bunch of things. And he did a shout out for me on his, so that was cool. I'm hoping to do something with him in the future. Go on his show and he's never done that before, Google Hangouts and stuff, but we talked for a while and hoping to kind of do something with him and, get the exposure. So, trying to get, build this channel to get over 1,000 so I can go mobile, because one of the things I want to do is go into the city, like New York City, Philadelphia, and do some live like we're doing now, instead of having to sit at my kitchen table and go live here and, in a sense, talk to myself. I really like to get, some unique things. One of the things I like to do is go into New York and really see what the Goodwill stores have in there. But I picked up this Tonka truck at the flea market. I picked up this thermos. A lot of times people can't find the thermos to the the metal lunch boxes and stuff like that. And I paid $3 for this. Yeah, I paid $3 for this. I paid $2 for that truck. I bought this old tool set. Now this is something that it's a little roached out and vintage. Maybe it would look good in a store or a shop, or someone like John, if they have a store like that, they just put it on sometimes for display purposes, just to draw people's attention and have stuff that you can't find. That's where it looks good. So I picked this up there. I found this. Excuse me, I had to get up here a second. This Phillies jacket I picked up. I was talking to a guy. Now, this is made by Majestic. This is a size medium. And I don't know. I got to do my homework. He had it in a shadow box. So I didn't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't know who that is. Wagner? I really don't know the play. I don't follow baseball as much as I used to when I used to collect the cards as a kid. But he had it in a shadow box like this. It was all... And it was all folded. And I said to him, wow, if that had the, Mike Schmidt on it, because I'm a big Mike Schmidt fan, that I would like to, he said, he says, well, you could always make me an offer on it, the jacket. So I said to him, well, how much you asking? He goes, I don't care about stuff. I'm here to sell. He goes, $5. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. $5. So, this jacket probably at one time was honestly easily a Majestic name brand jacket like this with the heavy embroidered, easily probably $50 to $75. So, this jacket's basically brand new. Someone had took and put it in a shadow box and really took care of it. So, that's a nice thing. I picked this up too. Now, actually, I picked this up. I drove past this. I didn't get this at the flea market. I actually picked this up at the Salvation Army the other day. We actually talked a little bit about how we're going to clean this. It's not. It's a very vintage Eagles, Philadelphia. Obviously, you can see the theme. I live in the Poconos here in Pennsylvania, and I'm a Eagles and a Phillies fan, so I stay loyal. This was funny because when I went to, I picked this up on Thursday night or Friday morning. I stopped at the Salvation Army that I drive by, and that's what's nice when it's convenient. I don't know, that Phillies says medium, so I don't know if it's a neutral jacket. It's a size medium though. But it's brand new. I mean, that's going to be the down. I couldn't see the size, but you know what? When he said $5, what am I going to argue with him? I mean, I honestly think I could probably get 30, 35 for it. You know, and it'll probably cost about $8 to ship it and stuff. So I'm not going to lose out. This was funny because at the Salvation Army, it looked like the tag said $17.99 or $7.99. So I called them over and I said, "Is this $7.99 or is it $17.99?" They go to me. The one employee goes to me, "I think it says $4.99." I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's the problem. Which is it? Is it which one of those prices is it?" So the lady goes to me, "Don't worry about it. Come up and see me. I'll give it to you for $4.99." So it's nice because I've gotten to know a lot of those employees, and they will, at times when there is no prices and stuff, they're really fair with me. I mean, I bought 4 or 5 blank VHS oh, your family name is Wagner. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that says Wagner on the back. Let me bring that up over here again. Yeah, W. Wagner. It's really heavy too. It's got a heavy. Oh yeah, it's got like a fleece lining in it. So it's really it's not what I would say a spring jacket. I would say it's more like probably a baseball jacket in the fall. So that's and again, Majestic is a big name brand product, but you know that's the Billy Wagner. Okay, yeah, I don't know who he is. I'll be honest, Derek. Again, I don't proclaim to know a lot of the baseball people who they are now. I mean, I watch the news, and my older son follows it a little bit better and stuff like that. I also got in the NASCAR, man, like this, but I picked this up. This is a Matchbox Across America 50. I actually got this at the Goodwill, and it says exclusive 50-car carry case. Now, they had it all wrapped up, and I asked them to look at it, and they rolled their eyes at me a little bit, but they allowed me to open it up. And you can see here, the sticker price said $3.99. So I got it for 50% off. I got it for $2. So I thought, you know, what the hell? How can you go wrong with that? I have Matchbox cars, but I don't really have any loose. The ones that I do collect, I keep, you know, in the package like this. I was talking to Pixie's son, Joey, and I was showing this car that I gave to my son, the red Mustang. We always joke he wants a red Mustang, and I actually gave him this. And that was that car. But, you know, hey, for $2, where could you go wrong? I mean, realistically, this probably sold at one time for probably $10 or $12. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's not ripped. It's not taped. It's not marked up. And I've been working, you know, it's been a little slow on eBay the last couple of days. Now we had rain all day. I mean, pretty much 8 hours a day today. So what I did is the last hour I was watching other people's lives and shows, and I was doing a lot of sticker peeling and trying to get this stuff to, you know, to take, because even if you're not sending it, you know, I sell on Amazon and eBay, and, you know, a lot of the stuff I showed you are eBay items. The case is from 1993. Hold on, Derek. Actually, this case is from 2001. Yeah, this case says 2001 Mattel. It was the Toys R Us exclusive 50-car carry case. Hold 50 state vehicles and mini license plates. The 50th birthday series, Matchbox Across America. The only thing that's wrong with it is if you look real close, and you can't see it with the computer screen, it's got little indentations from like probably someone taking the cars on it, or, you know, maybe they had a book on it and they wrote, but very, very, very light. It's still a cute case for somebody that likes to collect, you know, Matchbox cars and stuff like that. But so I've been trying to, you know, in the past like 3 days, I got 150 items listed on eBay. So, you know, that's what they say. You got to keep listing, keep listing. I have the tendency that when it's a little slow, that I kind of get myself in a position where, okay, so it's from 50 years of Matchbox after. Yeah, I'm not sure who Leslie. Lesney, is Derek. You're really in touch with a lot of those type things that I'm not. Um, I like I collect Matchbox, but I buy them from time to time when I go to the store, and when they're on sale, I like to buy a card because I think it's cool looking and I keep it. And there's not a whole lot of money into collecting those cards because I'm not buying the expensive ones. And for me, it's just I never had much as a kid and stuff like that. So for me, it's just a little nostalgic to say, hey, now I can afford it and buy the cards. But I gotta get listing. One of the things, and I sold in the past 2 days was, where is it? Hold on a sec. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay, I'm sorry guys about that. Uh, I didn't die or fall asleep or nothing, but I actually wanted to show this to you real quick. And when they say think outside the box, I'm new and I'm already said it all the time. Got to get listing. Yeah, that's my problem. Spending the money. Hey, do page picker. How are you? My problem is thinking I'm missing all the opportunities. And my son tells me Friday. I didn't think I was going to go there. Hey, there's a 50% off sale. I'm like, okay, gotta go, I guess. But I stopped when I was at the Salvation Army the other day, and I bought that Eagles jacket. I came across this. This was an Envy wig. Well, it isn't. It's not. I bought this wig. Now look at this. I know it looks like a pet gerbil or something like that, but I bought this wig. Now look at it. It's great shape. They had 4 of them. Two of them were in the box, and I looked on eBay. Well, I listed this Friday night. I bought it for $5.99. I listed this for Friday night for $32 or best offer, and I took a best offer of $26 plus shipping. So I mean that's great. That's to turn 6 into 26. I wish I could do that every day. That is a little bit part of my problem. That my average sales right now are about $20. I looked it up the other day. I mean, I have approximately 1,300 items listed in 2 stores, and my average sale on all my stuff, even with the $200 pair of shoes that I sold last week. Yeah, exactly. The higher end Goodwills, the boutiques that they do, that's where you go sometimes, and maybe you don't find a pair of shoes for $12. I paid $30 or $35, and I sold those Hugo Boss shoes for $200. But this Salvation Army that I go to, I bought a $10 pair of shoes that were women's shoes that had like metal studs on them, and I sold them for $100. Now, I had someone say to me, it was funny because I was willing to take 90 plus, I think 15 shipping, which would have been like 105. And someone had sent me, an offer. Oh, no problem. Anytime we can help, and please leave a comment below. I always answer everybody's comments. Because I'm learning a lot too. And when I say I'm learning to think outside the box and sell other things. So, that's what's important, thinking outside the box. So what was I lost my train of thought there. You get reading the chat and but anyways, I don't think tomorrow I'm not going to do my weigh-in. I will tell you, I definitely have lost weight again this week, but I think maybe sometimes I'm going to skip a week just because it's better to, I don't know, maybe it's better to, hey, I lost 6 pounds in the last 2 weeks instead of 2-3 pounds at a time. I am staying on it, and I'm staying focused on it. I'm not eating crazy. I'm watching my carbs. I'm not over exercising. I'm not going to lie and say that. But, you know, I had created another channel called Pat's Haul, HAW. If anyone interested, you can subscribe to that. And part of that haul stands for health and wealth. And one of the things that I want to talk about on that channel is, you know, my health. You know, I'm a breast cancer survivor. I've struggled for years with my weight up and down, and that's actually how I found the breast cancer. I went with 4 surgeries, and I had 41 rounds of radiation. I'm not technically cancer-free because I guess they say until 5 years you're cancer-free, and I still do take a pill to make sure I don't get cancer on the other side. And I want to talk about wealth, meaning, you know, I had a bit. If you guys follow me or know, you know, what I think I bring to the table is not just eBay selling and, you know, new to Amazon, but, you know, I owned 4 restaurants over the past 17 years and employed over 800 people over those 17 years. With my peak, I had close to 50 employees, and on average, I had always around 25 employees. So I have a you know, business background, and I'm also a landlord. You know, I did lose the restaurant part because of my health and the competition. Because when things went south, they kind of piled up on me, and I've been fighting to save my house and you know, other things. So that's kind of been the struggle to kind of reset. But part of the money I've made over the years and things that I've done is you know, buying and selling stocks and options, and you know, so I know a lot about money. I know a lot about credit. I know a lot about buying a house. I mean, my 29-year-old son moved out. It'll be 5 years ago, I think this June, and his mortgage on his house is $540, and that includes his taxes, his insurance, and his mortgage payment. So, you know, I negotiated that for him, and he lives 4.5 miles. He works for like Home Depot, so I have a lot of knowledge in as far as and the knowledge that I have is, to be honest, just from experience. So I'm hoping on that channel, Pat's Haul channel, that I can, and one of the people that inspired me as far as talking about wealth was sometimes when I was driving home, I was listening to David Ramsey, you know, and David Ramsey went bankrupt when he was in his 20s due to real estate and stuff like that. And I'm really hoping to one day go into colleges, or can you put the link in the channel? Or one, I'm very interested. Sure. Or one of the, yes, give me a second. I will do that, and I really appreciate you asking. I'll be honest, because you know, it's important. I huh Okay, my son Joshua just heard me say that, so he's gonna put my channel Pat's Haul in there. I want to make a program, you know. I'll tell you, you know, people say, well, what do you have experience trading stocks or options and stuff like that? Well, let me tell you, and I could show you all on paper. Last year, I turned $1,500 into $20,000 in 3 months. I currently manage my son's 401k. He works for Home Depot, and he's worked for Home Depot now 5 years. My rate of return this year so far is 32%. Last year it was 15%. The year and a half it was 40. I wasn't to read iPad. I wasn't to. The year before was 45.5%. Yeah, Dave Ramsey. I love to read. Where did I put his book? Hold on one second, guys. Josh, I just had his book. Give me 1 second. I thought I had his book right here. Did it get moved? I thought I had his book right here. I apologize for that. I had his book, actually, the one that I'm working on right here. But what I did is, and I'm going to be honest with everybody, hey, just saw you were live and dropped in to say hello. Hey, I appreciate that. I had his book right here, but out of embarrassment, the way I have my living room looking and the way the camera was showing back there, I turned the camera back around towards the window. I am working on setting up a whole new area down in our basement. We've painted, and it is behind you. No, no, those books, these books actually, these are books that I'm scanning to decide whether I want to send into eBay or Amazon. So I have a lot of, I have, 1,000 books that I picked up not too long ago. I don't know what happened. I had, I have a little, I've taken over the house a little bit, and luckily my wife is a sweetheart and she hasn't been complaining to me. I'm a big Disney fan, so actually I just bought this book to read too. Remembering Roy Disney. It's the happiest place on earth for me. I've been there 8 times in the last 20 years. And but going back to my Pat's Haul channel, what I plan to discuss is a lot of, I could show you examples that, even at my, boy, you should see my living room right now. Yeah, I have to get this stuff down to the basement. We used to have a cat, and that's one of the reasons why, and he used to be down in our basement. So the cat is no longer here, and we are redoing the basement, but I got to run some wires for the computers and stuff like that. So that's why it's, not there yet. So, watching, I'm getting all the notifications. If you guys haven't checked out, you know, yes, and I'm getting all kinds of messages now. So everybody, thank you for sending messages. But I really plan to, in the future, eBay selling and Amazon selling is tough work. It's a lot of constant chasing down. I'd like to get in, and part of YouTube has to go with what I want to do, because I would like to travel the country one day in a van, or in an RV or something like that, and really sort of my favorite show by far is American Pickers. I love that show. I like that they are willing to show that there's value in old stuff, and there's a story behind it. I love that. I never had much as a kid, but I'm a very nostalgic person. Actually, I want to show you one more thing I got at the flea market. I want to show you this. I picked this up. These are postcards. Now look how someone beautifully put these in matted frame like that and did that. This is from Easton, Pennsylvania. This is basically close to where the flea market is. Now look at that. I mean, that is beautiful. Just a perfect way to display old postcards. The guy wanted $15 for it, and I was like, hesitant. Sometimes because what the heck, you're there to barter, and if you can get a better deal. So, and I hesitated and stuff, and about 4 or 5 minutes later, he says, "Would you take? How about $10?" So I said, "You know what? $10, I'll take it." And I really feel that even if I don't keep it, which obviously, you can fall in love with stuff too much. I got to make sure. I want to. I could probably sell this to someone, Easton, that could display this in an office, in a business and stuff like that. And probably, to be honest, turn around and sell this for $30, $35. So, that was a great find, I feel. Okay, sorry about that. I got up. Pat, have you ever looked into the family banking strategy? It's a trust where you pull money tax-free that accrues compound interest. Apparently, that super wealthy use a tax-free storage. Yeah, a lot of, the question you exactly asked, I mean, a lot of people are putting things, I just did this with my 29-year-old son. We made him get a will. And that's to protect a lot of things that, God forbid, if something happens to him. And it's something I honestly need to do. But because of what I've been going through with my health issues and stuff like that, I didn't have one. And with the house and stuff like that. But a lot of people, what they're doing is when they reach a certain age, they start putting money in, trust and stuff like that. And that's to protect their money, so that even if they have to go into nursing homes and stuff like that, and by putting it in trust, there's different tax consequences about not paying. It transfers a little easier and stuff like that, not having to pay inheritance taxes at the same level and stuff like that. So now always keep in mind, I am not a certified financial planner or an accountant. I'm a tax attorney. What any advice that I give, it's all stuff that I have dealt with or gone through in my life, and things that I have been issued with. But what I hope to do is show people that, and that's one of the things I like to do, is travel and talk about entrepreneurship and opening a business. When I was 29 years old, my first restaurant was a Subway. And when I had opened it, it was closed down, and we had $3,000 in our pocket. And I had borrowed a little bit of money, and we worked out something with Subway that we could make payments on the franchise fee. And we turned that, we will basically, over the money that we made over the first year and a half, we plowed it right back into the business. But I went from $3,000 in our pocket to turning it into $250,000 7 years later. The story I like to tell is I took $3,000 and I turned it into an $800,000 restaurant in just 8 years. I owned 3 Subways, and then I sold them to do a family style restaurant, which we had for 11 years. It was successful, probably really good for the first 5 years, but things along the way happen, and complications from competition, things happen, and it was a tough business. And we lived in a seasonal area, and for us, it was tough because we had some months where we could do 60,000, but then we had winter months where we struggled to do 20,000, and our overhead a month was $25,000 just to turn the key. I could write a book on what to do and what not to do as far as getting into the restaurant business. A lot of restaurants fail usually within the first 5 years. We made it 11 years in a family style restaurant, and proud of that fact, but yet still now the things that I know, I could really help a lot of people. So I hope to one day travel around and also talk about, entrepreneurship, dealing with breast cancer, and dealing, with, businesses and doing stuff like that. And, the problem I was having is I was having a very difficult time finding a job because, it's one of those things. Do I want to get back in the food business working for somebody else and be telling a bunch of teenagers or kids, on the weekends, for example, let's say being a McDonald's manager, that's a tough grind. I don't want to give up my Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, because that's when mostly the business is. 65% of the business for the week is done Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I mean, a lot of those places, it is minimum wage, and you're dealing with a high turnover. A lot of restaurants, it's 150% turnover. And that's why having a business background and knowing what I know, it helps a lot with doing the eBay business and doing but do I know it all? No, because that's why I'm also here on YouTube, is to learn that, there's opportunities out there with liquidation pallets. There's opportunities. I used to have a business on the side called Two Big Dummies. And our punchline was, we know nothing but hard work. Hey, Big Daddy. I used to do it when I had the restaurant, and we used to do handyman stuff. We'd clean out storage units. We'd haul stuff. It was stuff that you didn't need a general contractor's license. And it was funny because one of the mothers said to me, she said, I don't know how you're going to do with that business because of the name. And I said, well, I wanted a name that was catchy, like Get Junk, or, people are going to say Two Big Dummies. What is that? And how I came up with that name was, it reminded me of, and it kind of relates even to this business with eBay and thrifting and stuff like that. I grew up watching Sanford and Son and, Fred and Lamont, and got to go. Okay, no problem. I'll see you, sweet warrior. And used to talk about, Lamont did all the work, and the dad, would tell him, So that was in a sense, I was going to supervise, and the employees would do the work. Yes, I'd appreciate it. I'm hoping, to be honest, by mid June to get over 1,000 subs. I try my best to put out good content there and be personable and really talk to people. And it's just a matter of getting discovered. I think once you get to a certain amount, and it'll get discovered. And I try to have fun with the videos that I edit and put out, not to be fake and be a little comical about stuff. But I've met a lot of great people on here. But it is a job. Sanford and Son is my notification. Yeah, I just, that was really, thanks. Are you attending the eBay Open? No, I'm not going to attend the eBay opening this year, just due to the money. For me to come out from Pennsylvania to Vegas would be easily, it's $300 some, and they're sold out. Another $1,000, so it'd be about $1,200, and I'm just not in the position right now to spend that kind of money, because I just had surgery in November, and I wasn't working for 3 or 4 months doing nothing. And then all of a sudden in November, I said, I got to get on the ball here. And, really, it's really, I started getting into selling eBay heavy again. And, I went from doing like 0 in October to, I did like 5 or 6 grand in December. Right now I'm averaging about $3,000 a month in sales, but that's not profit. And, what happens is you keep selling things, and you keep, I have a lot of money invested into inventory right now. So it's very hard to take money out, because again, a part of my problem is just buying too much. Going out there and not, and what I'm trying to do, the strategy is to go in the fourth quarter with good. What do I sell? I sell, if you go to my store, Patdees on eBay. Now I have another store, which I usually don't put out there, with my son, but I sell a variety of everything. I just showed I sold a wig. I sell toys. I sell books. I sell clothes. I sell car parts. I sell a lot of things. Many good taco stacks. Yes, taco stack. Yeah, exact taco stacks. If you watch, if you follow my channel, you'll see me with taco stacks in my latest video, and me and him have talked. And actually, I posted a thumbnail on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram too at Patdees72. He was well aware of what I was doing, and me and him talked for about a half an hour about things. Just a great guy, and I'm hoping to have him help me. It was funny because we talked for over half an hour, and there were some things I told him. He says, "Oh, I didn't even know that." So I learned some things from him, and he learned a couple things from me. Just a gem of a guy. So, but I sell a lot of things. I send in stuff to Amazon. Yeah, Taco is a good guy. I sell, if I think I can make money doing it, I'll pretty much sell it. But I won't. Years ago, I sold baseball cards. I sold graded baseball cards. I sell clothes. I sell knives. I'm probably in 15 or 17 categories. My problem is that my selling point is averaging around $20. So you have to move a lot of things to make any money selling at $20. I'm not in a position financially to take the risk to sell a lot of high-end stuff. So I have to be careful, to be honest. What I'm hoping to get is back into storage units, where maybe you can get a storage unit for $300 or $400, but you got $3,000 worth of merchandise. And what I don't sell online is then I can set myself up to do some flea marketing in the future, where I can sell those things at the flea market. Joshua is my son in the room. He posted a couple links to my Instagram, to my eBay. My eBay, I'm at about 2371. You sell just smalls. Yeah. Actually, it's funny because if you go to my store, I have a little punchline that from baseball cards to bulldozers, One year, a guy, when I had the restaurant, I used to have in the foyer where I sold consignment things for other people. And I sold a bulldozer one year that we had delivered on a flatbed. And it was a used bulldozer that I sold for about $5,000. And then this is funny, is I sold 2 Joe Montana graded 9 rookie cards for $900. I do sell things for other people now, but they give me the stuff and then I split it with them. And these are generally people that are not hard up for money. Yeah, I know, exactly. It's hard getting it up over $20. If you can sell a $20 item and you pay under $5 for it, that's not too bad. But if you're selling a $20 item and you're paying 10 for it, with the dynamics of, the fees and stuff like that. And then your volume could be, I think like our volume in the past 5 months was 342 packages. And that's a lot. That's a lot of packages. It's a lot of work of packing things up and having to deal with. So I like to get that up, and books brings that down and stuff like that. But I think next summer I'm gonna probably do the flea market once in a while. We've been having wet Sundays here. I also do, if anyone doesn't realize, I do Instacart on the side. Instacart is a grocery delivery service. You can pick your hours out ahead of time. Now, the last 2 weeks I haven't been doing it much because 3 weeks ago I had a virus, so I was sick for about a week, and then we went to Michigan and did my son's robotics team had made Worlds and went there, and we went there. So because what happens is with Instacart, if you don't pick enough or work enough hours, then they kind of hold it against you that you can't pick your hours on Sunday. You have to wait till Wednesday. And then a lot of times the hours are taken up. And, what was happening is I was working between doing eBay, Amazon. I'm helping a guy, being a landlord and helping a guy with some other properties and doing it. I was working 7 days a week. And this is why I'm behind in listings, because I easily have over 1,000 things to list. Get into paper too, easy ship, old magazines, ads, catalogs, souvenir brochures. Yeah, hey, and that's the thing. I went to another flea market Saturday, and some of the stuff, it's just full-blown retail. I mean, stuff that people are asking $20, $25 for the item that it's very hard to make money if you're buying it, if you're overpaying for it. I bought some printer ink. Yeah, but I had some printer ink too, and I sold it. And it was from a Cartridge World, and I sold it for like $15. And the guy said it didn't work, so I gave him. You know what? I gave him his money back. I didn't even have him send it back to me. I didn't even really care because it was just laying around in a box, and who knows? That's the only problem with used inks. Those Cartridge Worlds. That are recycled like that, you do take the risk that there was something wrong with them. But anybody that's starting out eBay, they always say that you can look around your house and probably find $1,000 worth of stuff that you could send in and sell on eBay. For me, I want this to turn to give my wife eventually some freedom, and because of my health issues and not wanting to work all the weekends anymore in the retail business. Yes. Thank you. Your show with Pat was good. Yeah, I had talked to Craig wanting to do that. I had mentioned to Craig, there was a couple thumbs down on the show, and he's like, oh, I'm not worried about it. And I guess I take it personal. Now, I don't have no thumbs down yet. Someone gave me a thumbs down on the taco video. What could you thumbs down for? But, I guess maybe, and here I am telling people I take it personal, so now maybe I'll get a thumbs down just for taking it personal. But I did enjoy talking about, baseball cards and sporting goods. I've sold a lot of sports memorabilia. I've sold autographed jerseys. I've sold autographed sneakers. I've sold baseball cards. I've sold football cards. I sold $7,000 worth of stuff in a month for one person. And back years ago when I had the restaurant, I did it on commission, and I did it for $500. And it was a lot of work. Would I do that again for 500 bucks? No. If I had to do it now, I probably would have to take 20%, just because of the time that was involved in it, and stuff like that. So if you guys, you could see Craig Landshark Picker is a wrench in my room. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, click on the 3 dots to the right of his name and subscribe to his channel. He's a good guy, and I met him a couple months ago. We seem to follow some of the same channels, and I've been on his show twice. We did that one together, and we did another. Yeah, YouTube algorithm. That's one of the things that me and Taco talked about, that the algorithm, once it gets above a certain number, and the channels kind of jive with one another, they then all of a sudden you start getting featured and stuff like that. It's great when people subscribe, because YouTube right now, you watch it for free. I watch more and more YouTube, but I watch less and less TV, because I got sick of the politics and the negativity that was always on TV. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. I typically, when I go to bed, I watch Netflix, and I mentioned this the other day on a show. Hey, Pittsburgh, how you doing, buddy? I mentioned that one of the shows I watch a lot is Cheers. And hey, Tiffany, how are you, honey? I just, I love that show, because I like I feel like I'm sitting with the guys, and they're joking, they're laughing and talking one another. And I'll sometimes watch 2 or 3 of the episodes of that before I fall asleep and stuff. But Pittsburgh and Tiffany, I see you guys just came in the room. What happened was, I'm going to be ending this soon, so sorry you guys came in late. But I wanted to share some of the stuff that I got at the Goodwill, the Flea Market, and the Salvation Army, without having to make a video and then edit it down. So I said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm going to go live tonight. I just met Pittsburgh, actually. He was a professional wrestler. We did a show with NASCAR Man and Hip Flippin' Mama, and I know a lot about that, because I've met a lot of the wrestlers and stuff like that. And I actually had a neighbor that was a wrestler, so I fell in love with and then once I realized a little bit more about it, I fell more in love with the business and the storytelling of it and stuff like that. And Tiffany, Eat Sleep Amazon, it goes on Fat Man the Flipper show, and I met her through that. So I'm meeting a lot of great people here, and I'm hoping to expand. But I'm not going to, again, tomorrow I will not be on talking about my weigh-in this week. Because I want to also do, now that the weather's supposed to be breaking, but it's cold here in Pennsylvania. I think it's around 52 today, and it rained for about 8 hours. But on my Pat's Hall channel, I plan to talk about health and wealth. So if you guys could check out that channel, if I can help you play in the live game that John C started, huh? Am I late? No, I've done lives before. Johnny, he likes to go live 4 times a day. I can't keep up with that guy. But he doesn't do. See, the difference with me and Johnny is Johnny, he doesn't do any pre-recorded stuff where I do stuff. Hey, Anita, how are you? He doesn't do any pre-recorded stuff. All his stuff is live, because he's not into the technology of editing and doing all this. So, and he does it off the cuff. I like a little bit more structure. I don't necessarily do. No, that's fine. I know. Me and John, sometimes it's funny, because when I'm on the Bearded Picker show, sometimes I'll get messages that, oh, John's a little rough, or John's a little me and John actually are friends. I have John's phone number. If you watched the Bearded Pickers the other day, I actually, when him and John were at the Walmart, I actually called him live on camera, and you'll hear him say, and Scott is teasing, it's Patdees on the phone, and we have a running joke now, because I was always teasing John about coupons, because everybody talks about getting a discount and going for clearance at Walmart. But hey, why are you guys not using coupons when you're going out to eat? I want to mention real quick before I go here, Anita Finita, who's in the room, she's going to be on our Sunday show next Sunday at 7 o'clock. We are going to be on Borderline Hoarderish. That's Kimberly's channel, and she is a special guest on Sunday. She has she has a couple thousand subscribers, and very beautiful lady. She does a lot of things about jewelry. I don't know her really well. I've talked to her a little bit. Okay, Craig is, yes. Hey, there's Banana, and Banana. I was teasing him the other day. Didn't realize it was Jason. And I actually want Jason. Jason has a lot of knowledge. I like him to actually come on my show one day when we do our Sunday show, which I think we're going to switch to Thursday. Yeah, we are going to. We're not. We're going to switch it to Thursday just because there's other channels on Sunday, and because of the other two hosts, they have scheduling conflicts sometimes. So we're going to move it to Thursday. So I'm hoping actually one day, and I said something to Jason about coming on the show because this guy has a lot of experience. And I really like to have him come on and talk instead of having sometimes always the same people. I think it's always important to have some good guests. I always picture it when I do YouTube. I'm a big David Letterman fan. I've always kind of wanted to do this show eventually in sort of that style where I would come out and talk to the people, maybe, crack a little corny jokes or something like that, talk a little bit about what's going on, and then boom, get into the show and have like one or two guests come in and talk about what they do and push what they're doing, push their site, and boom, there's an hour show. So I've always wanted. I'm hoping this is why I really want to go mobile one day, because I'm hoping to get out on the road one day. I want to come down, and I don't know if John's still in the room. Nevermore Antiques, and I want to do a. Yes, I will give you, Jason. I will reach out to you at least a week before. The only problem I have is, and I realize everybody's busy, what happens is when I make the thumbnail up that someone's coming on my show, I just don't want to be disappointed. That's why I at the last minute, because I can't come on. So, and I know people are busy. I was a little panicky last week. If you watch my video, I had Chris from Liquidation OH come on, and he was traveling to Texas, from Ohio to Texas, and he came home Friday, Saturday, and the guy works 7 days a week. And I sent him the link about 10 minutes before the show, and he was there for me. So I really greatly appreciate it. And I'm hoping to bring Jason on the show because as I watch other people's videos, I'm getting to learn more and more that he has a lot of knowledge, and he still does auctions, and this is things that I don't know about him, that I like that style. I like to be able to go in and ask people questions. Hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me the way that you do things. Because if you're watching my channel every week and we're talking about the same old thing all the time, to me that gets boring. Bringing on a special guest like Anita Fanita is going to be on next Sunday on our Sunday show. When I say our Sunday show, it's because we rotate it between 3 channels right now. We were on tonight at 7 o'clock, the Shamrock Pixie. And the host that week gets to pick how they want to do their show. Last week, I had my first guest, Liquidation OH. I did a video on goals and dreams. We did on Borderline Hoarders one week on Easter. We did mystery eggs and had fun with that. So there's a lot of things I plan on doing in the future. Going live like this is easy, but not because you're a sense talking to yourself. So it's always nice when you have a guest come on, because you can interact and talk with the chat and stuff like that. And people are busy. I get it. I appreciate there's 20 people watching now. If you guys could, I'd really appreciate it. I appreciate people, even if they're working and they're listening in the background. That's great, because there's a lot of channels out there and a lot of stuff that I'm telling you you can find from somebody else on YouTube. I just hope that you like me as a host, and that I come across sincere, that I appreciate everyone takes their time to watch this. Being on Scott's show, the Bearded Pickers, give me the confidence to be able to talk live and do this. And hey, yeah, I've been busy. I've been, I take that commitment to doing that show, Sue, Sunday at 7. And I was going to make another video about the Goodwill fines, the Salvation Army fines, and the flea market fines. And I just didn't want to edit another video because I was going to have to put all that together and then edit it. And I thought, you know what, the hell with it. I'll just go live and talk about, so I should be good. Just go live and talk about it. And just gives me more practice to talk live to people and instead of, doing an edit video. But, and I mentioned a little bit about doing my, Pat's Haul channel, but I have a lot of goals, and eBay and Amazon will be one where this is a goal real quick. And I'm again, it seems every time I say I want to go, one of my friends comes on, and Sue is I consider she's such a nice lady. I met her on Scott's channel, and such a nice lady, and I enjoy. We've become friends on Facebook, and she's always kind enough to hey Barry. She's always kind enough to send me messages and stuff like that, and that really helps me a lot. I've kind of struggled. I'm going to admit it sometimes with a little bit with depression. I try to say it's not depression; it's just sad days, but it happens. You have sad days because you get disappointed in yourself and life, and things happen. But you know what? I'm only 47, and I need to sometimes keep it together because I got 20 more years to work, and I got to be strong and take that knowledge that I have and get people that are interested in what I know and put that in a platform that can help other people on, YouTube. And, that's what I want to do. But my goal in the future is to travel, to do the thrifting, and my wife will get more involved when I do that. She'll be on the YouTube channel with me. I've been with the same woman for 31 years. She is tremendous. I want to arrange where somehow I can go to colleges and talk about breast cancer and help other men that have had breast cancer. I actually have a charity. One day I'm gonna post it up. I'm gonna sell the shirts and donate the money. But I fight for the one. 1% of all breast cancer cases are men related, so it's roughly around 2,000 to 2,500 men a year are affected with breast cancer. Now, I don't want to raise enough. I can't raise enough money to beat cancer. I'm talking small scale, where I would basically the money I would raise would go help offset the cost of traveling expenses to go to treatments. Like when I went for 41 rounds of treatments, that was 41 days. That cost me close to $600 in gas just to drive back and forth to go for radiation. So any money I raise, if I can help a man and just talk to him, because it's hard, a lot of times it's embarrassing for men to talk about obviously breast cancer or testicular cancer or things like that. I remember when I had breast cancer and I had to sit in the hallway because they said, "Oh, you can't come back here," because it wasn't set up for men. It was all set up for women. And it was funny because my last name is Shelley, and they thought, I heard them talk, and they thought it was a woman out there, and oh no, he's got to stay out there. And I said, they don't got nothing I want to see. I said I'm worried about my own. But I want to when I go to these colleges in business, I want to talk about, and again, I want to talk about entrepreneurship. I want to tie it in with breast cancer. I want to tie it in with doing owning a business, and kind of put that together as to something. I want to put that into something that I'm not looking to get rich. I'm looking to have the freedom. To me, time is more important than materialistic things. If you saw the cars I drive, you'd be like, oh my God, because I've always sacrificed having crappy cars. But now I'm getting at a point one day where I'm going to need to get a decent car because, one of my cars has 190,000 miles on it. So I want to get together and do something where I can travel and do just to take care of my family. I'll be honest, we can live on $40,000, $50,000. And I know that we could do it. I want to talk about a lot of things. So I appreciate everybody coming into the room. I mean, the little red light must have came on that, hey, Patdees is live, 72. This was spontaneous. Again, next Sunday on Borderline Hordish, we were going to be on Borderline Hordish, and Anita Fanita is going to be there talking about a lot of things. There's a lot I don't know about her, so I'm going to save those questions to ask her then. And I'm not sure if Scott is on the road Tuesday and Thursday. I'm hoping to still probably be on his show. And I'm going to probably, once I get off here, I'll be honest, I'm not ready to go to bed yet. It's 11:30. I'm going to go over and check out my buddy's channel, John, at Nevermore Antiques. John is a great guy, and he's just a nice guy. I'd be proud to have him as a brother. He is just a nice, likable guy. And through his spiritual talking, sometimes he's made me had some faith more again in God, because sometimes that kind of wanes on me because I get disappointed in life and disappointed with things. And so, but I thank everybody for watching. You missed some of the things I showed earlier. Rewind it back, watch the replay, the first 15 minutes, and you'll see some of the great finds that I posted. Check out some of my other videos where I talk about a variety of things. And thanks, guys, for watching, and you guys have a great night. Take care. Bye.